What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 8 now of the career mode. We are in the January transfer window still, as we were in yesterday's episode. If you missed yesterday's, I recommend you guys go and check it back because we ended off our last game of the episode with only having 9 players on the field of play. So I recommend you guys go check that out. It's quite an interesting game to say at the least. But my plans were to try and make a couple of additions to the team in this window. Maybe not massive ones to the point where they're going to vastly improve us right now. But there is one player I wanted, and that guy is on your screen right now. Takefusa Kubo is the man that I wanted to bring in. The little Japanese maestro only stands 17 years of age, 5'8" tall. But he reminds me of a little Lionel Messi. So we've signed, and I'm going to call him the Japanese Messi. Or is Messi the Argentinian Kubo? How about that one? But yeah, Takefusa Kubo is the man that I brought in. I've got to be honest, I did a little bit of research about this signing before I made it happen. I saw him, and I was like, I'm intrigued. I want to bring him in. Problem is, he's actually out on loan when the game starts. So if you want to bring him in, you do have to wait until January to make that actually happen. So we were able to do it in this January transfer window. And I'm going to say right now, he cost us next to nothing. £650,000 is what we paid for him. So if you're looking for a cheap little, investment, he's one to go for. He grows very, very nicely indeed. So I definitely recommend you guys try and pick him up. But today's episode is a little bit shorter. The reason for that is that I'm recording this on the Tuesday night and then have to go away on the Tuesday night and I don't get back until Wednesday night. So I actually don't have a video scheduled for tomorrow. So this is this one. And I'm a bit strapped for time. So I could only play 2 games in today's one. But anyways, it sets us up nicely because what it does mean is that we do have another episode after this where we still are within the January transfer window. But the problem is money. We only have about £12 million at the moment. So for suggestions that you guys have left, I am going to take a look through them and take another look and make sure that I've got them all down. But don't be expecting us to make any massive moves. The problem is we need a new goalkeeper. We took on Liverpool, the first of 2 very tough games today. Up until that point, the 32 minutes we'd played, we were camped in their half here at the Amex. That was the first time they made it out of it. And then Jordan Henderson does this. I haven't got any quarrels with the way that the ball is struck from Henderson. What I have got is, how on earth has that not been saved by Matty Ryan? He has so much time to set himself. That's not even in the top corner. To me, he should be saving that. And that's all I'm going to say regarding the Jordan Henderson shot. Unfortunately, we were 1-0 down though, so we had to find a way back into the game. Ryan Sessegnon found Izquierdo with about 60 minutes played. And again, we piled the pressure on. We were the better side here at the Amex on the day. And I kind of felt a little bit hard done by that the score was actually 1-0 until Alisson pulled off that save. And I was like, okay, fair enough then. That's why. They've got a goalkeeper who is obviously playing and doing his part for his team, whereas Matty Ryan, for me, should have saved Henderson's effort. I thought Davy Proper had smashed in a worldie of an equaliser. Time finishing, there you go. I got one right for once in a blue moon, but there you go. As it came back off the crossbar, sadly, we saw our effort not quite go the way we wanted. But then, with 4 minutes to play, Pascal Gross found his way through. Thought we'd been given a penalty, but it was actually only a corner. We played it short to Izquierdo. He put the ball into the mixer. And Lewis Dunk, the club captain, got us back on level terms with 2 or so minutes to play. And that was the least we deserved from the game. We were brilliant here. And I just genuinely felt like if we were to lose this by a 0-0 to that goal that Jordan Henderson scored, like that was daylight robbery. But no, Lewis Dunk, the club captain, had something to say about it. And at that point, I decided to make another change, get some fresh legs on, and just basically make sure that we were going to keep hold of this. So Dale Stephens came on for Davy Proper, and we went to a defensive standpoint, again, just to see the game out, really, and make sure we got at least a point from this, which the point we did. Very good point gained, but like I said, better team, we could have got more. We could have got more. If it didn't hit the crossbar, if Alisson didn't pull off that great save, it would have been a different story. So, kudos to Liverpool, giving us a tough game. Ultimate difficulty, as you guys know, is very, very tough. You can give away one chance and they'll smash it top bins. But I have noticed as well that people are saying that it's either one or the other. You either have a really tough game or they play like a Sunday League team. And I've kind of felt that as well myself. So I think EA need to address consistency a little bit with the ultimate difficulty. But overall, I'm pretty happy at how hard it actually is for us this year. Pre-contracts. I know there's a lot of players available. If you have any players that you can think of, throw them my way who are available on a pre-contract right now. Because I was searching for absolutely ages, and I literally couldn't find that many players. I found a goalkeeper from Bilbao, I think it was, Alex Romero, and we decided to bring him in ahead of next season to challenge potentially Matty Ryan for that #1 spot. But I've got to say this, I don't think Romero is going to be our #1 next year. I am still very much in the market for a goalkeeper. As we're playing Everton in the replay of the FA Cup, again, I'm just not bothered about it in this first season. When we've got squad depth and such, I will happily play through the FA Cup. But for right now, I feel like we need to focus our attempts on the Premier League itself. So going out here to Everton was the least of my worries, to be fair. So, as I said, if you've got any suggestions for players that you know are available on pre-contracts, please hit me up with a comment. That would be much obliged, much helpful. And you never know, I might be bringing in a couple as well. Ollie Norwood's back from loan, but he's going straight back out the club because we got a transfer offer for him, which I accepted. And he will be leaving the club momentarily. But until then, we have another tough game on our hands. This one, we're travelling to Old Trafford to take on Manchester United, a team that, out of the big boys, are actually doing one of the more better of the other teams. Spurs obviously top. Everton are in second. We're third, I think, with Manchester United in fourth going into the game. So they are doing the best out of the ones you would consider, barring Spurs, to be the top 6. And it's a tough place, is Old Trafford. Not made any easier by the multi-million pounds of talent that are on show for this Manchester United team. That is their lineup if you want to pause it and take a quick look. Not really too glad to be playing against it, to be fair. But I've got to say this. Ollie Watkins, for once, played out of his mind in this particular game. Not the greatest start to his Brighton career, but he played very well here. And we actually took the lead 13 minutes in after some horrific defending from Vincent Lindelof in the middle. Gave Andone the chance, and he took it very well indeed. He just sticks a leg round the other side of Lindelof and gets there before De Gea can get out to the ball and actually puts us 1-0 in front. You can see it was not great defending from Lindelof. He should have attacked the ball. You're always taught as a kid, attack the ball. Don't let it come into the box. Get your red on it, Lindelof, is what I'd say. And he didn't do that, and we actually had the lead. So I was so glad to see that one actually go in. But then, Man United did show us a glimpse of what they've got as Paul Pogba pounced on a mistake made by Dale Stephens. His first touch was poor. It bounced to Pogba, who took the shot on, and it was a good save in the end from Matty Ryan. So, didn't save the one against Liverpool, but I'll let him off because he saved the one there against Paul Pogba. Second half got underway, and we were on defensive at this point, committing not many players forward, but Anthony Knockout found Ollie Watkins, and he has done it, ladies and gentlemen. Ollie Watkins has finally scored a Brighton and Hove Albion goal. His first in Brighton colours. It's taken him into January, but he's finally got one. Yes! Oh my goodness, this felt so good. Like, you guys knew when I brought him in, I said he'd do bits for us, right? I was pretty embarrassed by the way he's played recently in terms of his contribution in the goals department. And it's still not a cleanly hit shot from Ollie Watkins because it takes a massive deflection before going into the bottom corner. But I genuinely did not even care, because Brighton and Hove Albion, away from home at Old Trafford, were beating Manchester United by 2-0. Doesn't matter how the ball goes in, it's that the ball goes in. Now, I threw that challenge in there from Charlotto because I want you guys to take a look at that and then go back and take a look at the Davy Proper one, the red card of yesterday's episode, because it was a similar type of situation. I was looking to slow the play down so they couldn't counter-attack us, and it was a similar tackle, and that one only got yellow carded. That's my point. So, a little bit inconsistent for me with the referees there. But as Manchester United searching for a way back into the game, the clock ticked away, and even with this final corner getting put into the mixer, which Matty Ryan came out to claim, it was it. Old Trafford stunned, Manchester United 0, Brighton and Hove Albion 2. Even Ollie Watkins got onto the goals today. That's how bad Manchester United were, without sounding harsh. But I could not believe that we had been able to come here and not only perform, but get a result as well. Ollie Watkins with a goal to his name now. Hopefully gives him a bit of confidence moving forward. That is the plan. But there you go, guys. From the 2 games today, unbeaten. Liverpool first, a 1-1 draw where we could have easily won the game. And then a 2-0 win here against Manchester United at Old Trafford. I genuinely couldn't be happier with the 2 results. But after the game, we had some more transfers to do. So, you know, we got Kubo coming in at the start of the episode, the little Japanese maestro, the one that's going to be quite good, I think, this season, or well, at least this series. We then had, of course, Ramiro coming in, the goalkeeper, and I actually throw this in here because I didn't actually realise this year, this is the first time I've been on the player stats, it now shows you how many matches it's taken for players to get to where they are. So you can see goals and obviously goal to game ratio this year, which I think is pretty cool as well. But yeah, going back to my point, we brought in Ramiro, we brought in Kubo, and I decided to bring in one more signing. As you can see, Ollie Norwood leaving the club. He has left for £2.8 million, which we actually get a little bit of that in. Bonaventura is available on a pre-contract, but he's going to want a ridiculous amount of money because he's on like 100 grand a week over at Milan at the moment. So I can't make that one happen. But one that I can do is this man, suggested by you guys in the comment section. Andreas Pereira of Manchester United, the 23-year-old, currently available on a pre-contract, didn't feature against us in that 2-0 win against Manchester United. I looked at this and thought, if he'll come for about 60 grand, take a pay cut, I'll be quite happy to have him join us here at the Amex next season. But only if he'll take that pay cut. I wasn't going to give him 80 grand a week, but he did take the pay cut. He said 51 originally. I counted that, took away the appearance bonus and upped it to 55, and he was quite happy to join us on 55 grand a week here at the Amex. Clearly, he realises that we're building something here at Brighton and wants to be part of that because he took a massive pay cut to join us next season. Maybe it's because he wants first-team football, and that's why he's chosen to do it. But that is it today then, guys, for the episode. As I said earlier, apologies for the shorter one today, but I was a little bit strapped for time when I played these games. Obviously, last night when you're watching this, it should be the next day. So, yeah, I was a bit strapped for time. But that is how it looks then for the table. After 23 league games, we still sit third. There, as I said, though, there is still teams below us who could quite easily string together a couple of results, jump up the table. So, yeah, I thought I'd throw this in here as well. You can see some of the available jobs currently as well, just to kind of get a grasp of what's happening this season. There's quite a few of the big boys that are available to join. Obviously, I'm not going to do it yet. That's going to be in the future. We'll go to a different team. But obviously, there's quite a few teams available right now, and that's because of a few poor results. In fact, Spurs are even in there, which I can't understand because they were top. But anyways, that's it anyway, guys. From me for today, hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, a like would be greatly appreciated. As always, thank you for your continued support. If you are new around here and like what you see, the subscribe button is down below. You can click the notification bell as well alongside it to never miss an upload. Enjoy whatever you get up to, guys. I'm coaching again tonight when you're watching this video, so hopefully it goes well. Until next time, adios.